Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTubers. Good morning to everyone around the world. Um, so, I've decided to do this video this morning, and I want to talk about domestic violence. And as many will know that it's a real sensitive subject to talk about. And I had no intention of doing a video today or any time really about domestic violence. However, today I received, so this morning I received some flowers that was delivered to me. And I felt, very appreciated. I felt loved. I felt blessed. And, and I began to think about that, that many people are not appreciated. They're not appreciated, they're not loved, they're not cared for or cared about. And this is a ongoing, everyday thing for some people, and for some women, some men, even some men, yeah, some men too. And the I say this to say that Thursday morning I was took a little time on my way to work, and decided I was going to grab a coffee and a sandwich. And anyway, I jumped on the train, and immediately there was this lady, and she was clearly distraught. She was in tears. She was on her phone. She had a small suitcase with her. She looked like she had not been sleeping for how long. She looked robbed of her peace. She was distraught. She clearly was distraught. And I sat opposite her, and I couldn't help but being drawn to this lady that was just, whilst everyone else was going about their business and coming and going to work or whatever they were doing, they were just in their own worlds. And but this lady required my attention. I felt strongly that I needed to ask her if she needed if she was okay and if she needed any help. And so I did. I approached her, and she said to me that her husband beats her, and she couldn't, for her to even say that to me, as she said that, she was just bursting and bursting in tears and more tears. And it was just so overwhelming. And, I comfort her, I reassured her, I spoke to her, and I asked her if she needed anything, if she needed, I offered her my what I was eating and drinking, and I asked her if I can pray with her. I believe that God can do anything, and He can move through anyone's life and situation. So I asked her, and she welcomed the prayer. So right there on the platform at this point, I began to pray with this lady, and the emotions were very high, even for us both. And she took me back. She took me back in my own thoughts, which later then I was reflecting on. And the lady was she traveled with the entire journey with me, so I was able to continue to encourage her, and exchange numbers and so on. But I want to go back to the bringing me back. For me, this lady took me back to many years for me, where I saw, somebody being abused over and over and over again. And until one day they were being carried out on a stretcher, and the trail of blood was the evidence. And that was the day, the moment where I made up in my mind that that will never happen again. And so if this, to the women, ladies, daughters, sisters, aunties, if this is your life story right now, if this is your situation, if this is your circumstance right now, you know, I'm asking you to reach out, I'm asking you to find that courage, to call for help, you know, call upon somebody, tell somebody, let somebody know that this is what is happening for you. This is what's going on, you know, communicate that with someone out there. There's numerous amount of helplines, domestic violence helplines out there, people who are ready and waiting to help you and assist you in that situation. You may not find it even easy to speak about this to anybody. You know, the words may not be able to come as easily because of, you know, how you're feeling. Then write it down. Write it down. Put it in a letter form. Put it on, you know, put it in a note. Leave it, that note, where somebody can see that note. You know, somebody can respond to what's happening for you right now. You know, put it somewhere so that you can get that help, because you need that help. You can't continue on in that situation, that lifestyle. You know, it's not good. You cannot. Just, you know, I'm asking you not to suffer in silence. You know, break that chain, break the cycle, break the chain, and do not let history repeat itself. Don't, because, you know, that last hit could be your last breath.